Italy Grand Prix, Monza.
As a new
I don't
F1
think-
fan, right, I have to say, I'm new to this, but the last 2 races I've watched have been like elite. They've been really good, really good to
Yeah,
watch.
you've had a pretty decent introduction, in fairness.
Yeah,
Particularly
Yeah.
this one is just absolute chaos all the way through, and it all started with a really, really terrible start for Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, that was. I don't even know what. I can't remember what happened in it.
Well,
but
he
it just.
he was saying that he thought he had a mechanical failure, but it looked like he was just really slow off the line.
Yeah, and then he thought he had a puncture.
Yeah.
trying to blame every other factor other than he's just not a good race.
To be fair, I've never seen him complain so much. He tends to be quite
he's not
quiet.
much of a complainer, is he? But he seemed
Right.
to be deflecting a little bit. But
It's the equivalent of saying you're lagging on FIFA.
Yeah.
I'm lagging.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he had a dreadful start. 4 places, I think he lost.
Yes.
Wow.
Second to
It's
sixth.
just, and Mercedes are not built to be behind cars.
Yeah, they're built to be
at all.
out in the lead and just consolidate that with their pure speed. But when they're trailing cars, they find it a bit difficult to overtake, and we saw that a couple of times later on in the race, along with as well as with Bottas.
So what happened
trying
with
to overtake
Hamilton?
Norris. Well,
What was he doing? Because he saw both. It told him twice the pits were closed, and he still went in. So what was he?
I suppose
the
he just
point?
didn't see them. I suppose
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite get
A
you can't
giant
see them.
lighting up X. Didn't see it.
But then saying that they are travelling at ridiculous speeds, so it's probably flashing, and it was a safety car at the same time. So he might have thought, "Oh, it's a safety car. My team's telling me to box because they came on the radio and told him to box." So at that point, you might as well go and pit. Well, not might as well go and pit, but you're thinking, right, I'm pitting this lap. Let's get in.
Yeah.
Get this done really quickly. I mean, their decision making is like a millisecond. If they do a delay by a millisecond, it could cost them seconds in the race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's that much of a margin in Formula One. It's
So why
really-
do they close the pit sometimes? Why is it closed?
Well,
So-
it's not sometimes really. This is a really unique
is it?
situation. What happened was we saw Kevin Magnussen have an engine problem, and he had to pull over to retire. And he happened to pull over right in front of the pit exit, and
Oh, okay.
the stewards had to push his car into the pits, and that made
Right,
it
yeah.
obviously unsafe for anybody to enter the pit lane at that time. So they were told that they couldn't, and Hamilton and also Antonio Giovinazzi did anyway.
Did
Yeah,
Giovinazzi
I don't
get
quite
a
get the
penalty as well?
Giovinazzi one. The Hamilton one, I was a bit more like, oh, it's the first car. I suppose it's a little bit, but Giovinazzi, how many cars haven't just pitted?
Yeah, he should have known, and that his team.
What
should
are you
have known.
doing?
And I mean, Hamilton's team
Yeah.
should have known as well. They should have said, "You can't box right now."
Oh yeah, 100%. But the Giovinazzi one was just even worse because you've seen one car pit, no one else has pitted. Surely you've got to be thinking, hold on, something's gone wrong. Plus they get lights come up. It was that one was appalling for Giovinazzi.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Well, a team that wasn't so appalling was McLaren, and
Yeah.
Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz had a really good race, and it
Oh.
started off with a really fantastic start for Lando, just so quick off the line and getting some really good overtakes in.
Oh yeah, I mean, statistically, Sainz is the quickest reactor to the lights
Yeah,
on the grid, and it was shown.
That's good.
He was
Yeah, he was
lightning
lighting
off there, and then even Lando, he was up against into turn. I think he was near him in turn 1, and then coming out of turn 2, he was alongside him pretty much.
yeah, so fast.
So it was just those McLarens. I mean, what engines have they got in there at
Got
the minute?
Renault engines, haven't they?
Yeah, and they're going to Mercedes engines.
That's
So
That's
it's
quite a scary
going to be
proposition.
Deadly.
interesting.
That's deadly. That's really good.
Yeah, we could. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw McLaren next season, as they continue to progress, really actually become contenders at the kind of the level of Red Bull next season.
Start
I'm really
dominating.
looking forward to that because I love McLaren and I love Lando Norris.
But you've not only got a very good car, you've got a very, very good racer in Daniel Ricciardo going to
Yeah.
McLaren as well.
And it'll be good to see
And-
him in a properly competitive car again. Because when he was in Red Bull, he was one of the most impressive drivers on the grid. And to see him back in
I think-
a car that can win races hopefully. Will be
Oh, and I
really
think it
exciting.
goes to show as well the fact that, I mean, Ricardo was finishing podiums, doing really well in a Red Bull, and then you drop to Pierre Gasly and Alexander Albon in the they go into the Red Bull and they don't do as
Yeah.
well. So it really does go to show how good of a racer Ricardo actually is.
Yeah, he was able to keep up with Max Verstappen, which is not a light achievement at all. It's a really impressive thing
It's
to do.
not an easy task to do.
Yeah. Well, Verstappen
gonna wrap it
anyway,
up
he
there,
didn't have a
no?
very good race, did he? And neither did not Red Bull didn't as a whole. Verstappen went out with that engine problem, and really
Yep.
just wasn't really competitive even up to that
I was
point.
gonna say, you
either.
didn't really see him.
Yeah, he was
It was-
surprisingly quiet. And as for Alexander Albon, just a bit of a disaster overall.
Yeah, he's not doing too well.
I do feel sorry for him.
He's a very hot and cold racer. When he's
Mm.
racing at the top of his game, he really can push it. Unfortunately, Lewis has been in his way both
Yeah.
times, and just bullied him off the track to take away his podiums. But yeah, no, it's not good for Red Bull.